Every old car has a story, and this 1993 Honda Accord still had some story left in it. The alternator was bad, it needed work, and honestly most people probably would have given up on it. But listening to the history behind the car, the rides Jonathan's grandma remembers going to church on Sundays, it didn't feel right to let it die. So for $800, I bought it. Not for a quick flip, not just for a profit, to bring it back to life. $1,000 in parts, late nights in the Hillbilly W.O.P gravel pit, and a full month to see what this old Honda is really made of. This is the beginning of the restoration, and it starts with Jonathan's story. So we got obviously Johnny here, and we got Jonathan. So Johnny and Jonathan, and we got a new project that we're gonna take on here. Johnny sent me this actually on Facebook just today and said,
I was the one that found
hey, yeah, he was the one that found it. He was like, hey, here's one of those old Hondas, and he's always loved these old Accords, and I'm a fan of Accords. I love Accords as well. So got some little minor issues, but Jonathan, this has been in your family now for how long?
Since it was brand new in 1993, my great-grandmother purchased it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So he wanted us to promise him that we'd take him for a ride in it once we got it all back to glory days again here.
Figured out and cleaned.
Well, we're over here at the Honda Accord, finally getting to do some work on it. Been doing some crazy things. Life's been crazy, but you know that's how it goes. And here we are fixing the old cars now. Today we got to do the alternator. So we are gonna kind of do a little bit of a video on getting this alternator in there. All right, so what have we done so far? We've removed the cruise control module thingy. Wow. But first and foremost, once you get here and you don't have the right tools, it's always fun. So those were two 10 mils, holds in this bracket here into place. Then you just got to remove one line right on out the way. Now we are going to move the power steering bracket so I can get to this guy, the alternator. The power steering, I shouldn't say it's a bracket, it's the power steering module itself. I'm going to be removing a bolt here, one at the bottom, and then a tensioner bracket that's way down here. And we'll move that thing out of the way, and then we'll get to our alternator. All right, so what we done here? Well, we disconnected our power steering line. We got it sitting over here because it just dribbled out a little power steering fluid, not too much. That was 210 mils to get that line off, put it over to the side. We had a 14 at the top here. And then we got a 12 nut down there. And then we got our tensioner, which I've loosened up. So let's see if I can move this thing, get the tension off of it. Not yet, but I need two hands, I'm sure, to move it and get the tension off it. And then I can get this belt off. And then we can pull this bad boy out its well. Or just move it to the side, really. That's all I want to do is, you know, get it out of the way a little bit. All right, so now we got the power steering pump out of the way and we're at the alternator. Of course, my battery's already disconnected, so we don't have to worry about that. We had to put on the trickle charge the other day. Yeah, you know, that was pretty straightforward, getting it out. Get your brackets out, get your tensioner things on out. It's actually the same exact thing with the alternator. I believe it's the same nuts and bolts types of thing, a 14, a 12, and then a 10 down on the tensioner way down there, which you can see. You got to remove the electric, the positive, and the connector here, and then we'll try to get the new one in. Alrighty, finally got it out. Man, I'm telling you, that bottom bracket there, it's got some weird ways of holding that in there. It's going to be fun putting it back in, but new versus old. So we got our new part. We're just looking it over and make sure it looks identical. And we're going to try to put this bad boy back in. Let's look at how it looks with it taken out. This is how we're left right now until we get everything back together again. So let's try to get it all back together again. So, alternator was a success. It's made it back to Hillbilly W.O.P garage, and we're ready to start getting it taken care of. So, the alternator was a pain in the rear end getting it in there, I'm not gonna lie, but it's done. Guy decided to mow his grass, so we got a lot of grass clippings on it right now. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning up and some maintenance stuff on it real quick. Man, I want you guys to look at these seats, how well they kept up. They had these crappy seat covers on them, but that's just the crap from the seat covers. But look how beautiful. Oh man, a little cleaning up this car. Interior wise is gonna look amazing. Got a little bruises outside, maybe a couple here and there, but not really anything bad. Beautiful car. Well, what do you think now? It's cleaned up pretty good. I just washed her. I haven't waxed her or anything or done any buffing or anything, but looking alrighty. Much better than before. I mean, it was pretty dirty. Inside is nice and clean as well. Oh yeah. What are we doing on the Honda today? Well, we're gonna change out some speakers. Now this car, being 30 plus years old, the speakers are worn to nothing. But I just wanted to let you know how to get these out and let you know what also happened when I ordered, because apparently I thought these were 6x9s up here, but they're not. They're 6.5s in the window. So I'm gonna make it work with some old stock speakers I got around here. But up under here, to get that thing loose, you got some 10mm. You're gonna need a deep socket. And once you get that out, this bad boy just pops out, and then there's a clip in there for the speaker that we get out. And I even bought some adapter clips here in the box, so I don't have to splice anything today. So it's gonna make this easy as possible. All right, what the heck is going on here now? So we got this out. Like I said, you gotta just take these clips out, 10 mils, pull this whole entire thing out. Once you get this whole entire thing out, you're gonna have to take off all these screws here. And that's gonna release this front cover grill. And then you're gonna have 3 more screws for your speaker to take it out. And then I'm gonna show you how I developed a system to fit a 4-inch speaker in there, because I don't have any 6.5s right now. First off, these speakers were just done. They're gone. But this is what I figured out. I used the 4-inch speaker. This is for the cover. And I put it in there, and I'm using just a dab of super glue to put around the edge of this to hold it into place. And then I'm screwing it down, obviously, into the screws here to hold it in. But just this little cover here is sitting on here. I'm wiping it all down and putting a little super glue there. And hey, guess what? It all hooks up. And just like that, boom. See? Got it nice and super glued in there. All I got to do now is put my cover back over it. We are cooking with oil or something, cool. Well, we got the back speakers done yesterday. Started on the front speakers, but had a problem getting this thing off. But now I know how to get it off. You have to push it forward, and then it will release the thing, and then I can take the handle off and all that. Other than that, there is another screw underneath here that I was in watching a video, and they didn't mention the screw behind here. So even with the screw here, your screw here, your screw there, clip up there, you're still gonna have to get to another screw that's underneath that handle there. So I'm gonna get this side done. I've already finished up the other side and buttoned it up. And also today we're gonna get some stuff done, hopefully here on the engine. I was cleaning up some of the engine bay a little bit so that we can get over to getting the valve cover done and start getting this thing moving along. Okay, so on the driver's side, there isn't that holder that I told you about, but it's on the passenger side. After I got the speaker out here, I just took it out of its harness there, just in 3 screws. I'm gonna put the new speaker into that harness. run my wires, put them in there, put it all together, and we should be done.
Spark plug oil's full.
It's good. Of course, once we started fixing things, more problems started showing themselves. Oil leaking from the valve cover, spark plug tube seals completely worn out, and then the distributor gasket too. 30 years of heat cycles and miles had finally started catching up on this 1993 Honda Accord. But honestly, that's part of bringing an old car back. You don't just replace parts, you slowly earn the car back. One gasket, one repair, one busted knuckle at a time. Well, the other day on the Honda, we were driving and noticed that it wasn't shifting the best. So guess what? We're going to do some drain and fills for the transmission here. That's a problem with some of these older Hondas. We got to take care of these transmissions and people don't. So I'm going to go under there and do some work today. We'll show you what we're doing here in a second. Basically, we're just draining and filling, draining and filling. Alrighty, so underneath here, that's what we're looking for. That's our drain plug, and it should fit our 3/8 right on in there. Let me loosen that baby up and get some of this fluid out, and then we're going to put it back into the fill tube. But we're going to measure and look at what we get out of here. And that's going to be the fun part. So let's get ahead and get this stuff out. This is why you do drain and fills on old cars. You know, that is a bolt with a magnet right there. And it's got a lot of metal on it. Look at that. That is no bueno. And that fluid is not the best either. We'll see what happens here, but she may be too far gone. I'm not sure. But when you don't do this job, guys, girls, whoever who owns old cars, that fluid is supposed to be a purplish red, and it's pretty brown. Well, we'll see what happens here. We're going to measure this out. We're going to see how much. Hopefully there's no metals in that. We're going to strain that out and see what it looks like. All right, so there you are. That's the old nasty stuff. I'm about to dispose of it in there. Then I can bring it to the auto parts store. I'm trying to see if I see any metal in here. That's about, we'll see how much is left in there. Right now we've measured out 2 quarts, and then we're going to refill it up with whatever we took out of here. But that fluid, no. So here's my setup. I got my funnel going down into my, where you would check your transmission fluid dipstick here. That's where we're gonna fill it. Instead of doing it through the fill hole, we'll just do it right through here. Now I took out 2.5 quarts, and we're gonna put in 2.5 quarts. Now you may say, this is Acura, not Honda. Well, guess what? They're the same. And it's the same transmission fluid. I just got a buddy that works at Acura, and it was a lot less expensive. So that's the way we're going. And like I said, we're gonna put 2.5 in here. Then we'll run it through the gears and see what happens. So I decided to change the side markers. This one was busted out over here. So we're doing that right now. We're just trying to make it a little prettier. There's the old side marker, so we're gonna do this side now. It's easy to screw, and then it just pops in and out. Now, the old one, seeing being old plastic, decided to come apart as you were taking it out. So, you know, that's going to probably happen to you too if you try to take out an old 20-something-year-old, 27-year-old car's lights. So, know that, and then you just put them right up and in there, and it makes it look a lot newer. So, doing the last drain and fill here on the Accord, and I don't know if you can see, but this is so much more red than before, and that's the color of the actual reddish purple of the stuff. So this is the 3rd time, and this will be the last time that I do it, and all of the fluid should have been changed and kind of gradually changed over time to give it some time. It's shifting so much better, so this really needed to be done. There hasn't been like really any magnet material on the end of the bolt here, so that's another good thing. We got a new crush washer, and we're gonna measure this out and fill her back up. So I was looking at doing a little bit more maintenance on this while I was out here today, and decided to pull off this air box, see what's going on in here. And guess what I found? A nest. Oh God, another freaking acorn nest. And this filter is dirty as hell. I just ordered another one, but for now I just gotta clean this up. Man, I can't believe all those acorns. Looking pretty nice now.
Looks great. I love it.
I remember at the beginning of this video, this was Jonathan. I wanted him to come back and get to ride in his grandparents' old car. So coming full circle, and he's getting to see the finished product. We've done a lot of work to it. We've charged up the AC system. We've put a new alternator on it. We've done all new ignition stuff, which is spark plugs, wires, cap. So yeah, it's come a long way, and
Good deal.
it really runs and drives really good now.
Beautiful.
Let's look at under the hood. Looks a little different than before.
Oh yeah. New alternator. Good. Were you able to charge it up with using the old R12?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I actually found some, huh?
Yeah, you can get it online.
Oh, can you?
It's pretty expensive, but you can get it. Like I said, we did. So if you recall, there was spark plug oil.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's there's seals inside your valve cover there, and we got those all replaced and everything. And
Okay.
there's a whole new valve cover seal on here. We painted the valve cover.
I see that. I like it.
So
That's cool. So the alternator was definitely bad too.
yeah, it wasn't healthy. So there's a new alternator in there right there, and you know, other than that,
Good deal.
it's pretty good. I've had to put a new radiator cap here. We had a little leak here. This was just a bad clamp there. I just put a new clamp on it. So yeah.
Good deal.
Now, is this your grandmother's or grandfather's? What was the...
It was my great grandmother bought it brand new in '93, and then when she passed, it went to my grandparents, and then my grandfather drove it after she passed, and then when he passed, my grandmother said she didn't want it anymore, and so I got it from her, and then was had ambitions of doing what you've done to it, but it just wasn't the right time financially, so I decided to let it go.
Go ahead, give her the beans. She's got them.
Oh yeah.
See, the shifting is so much different probably than when you even drove it.
Yeah.
See, it's smooth now with the shifts.
Better.
Yeah. And the ride's pretty smooth now. The alignment's also.
Love it.
Yeah.
She's great.
I hope I make your grandmother and your grandparents, all them proud, you know, bringing it back to life like this.
I've been sharing your the videos.
Yeah, I appreciate
to
it.
people saying, "Hey, you need to watch this."
Appreciate it, man. I really do. So, you know, I started to get a little bit of, I don't know, gaining a little liking for the Honda here. So we're going to keep it in the fleet for probably a month or two and drive around in it and use it as a daily vehicle for me and my kids for right now as we work on the BMW and get some of those other projects going. I did find another car. I'm not letting you guys know yet, but maybe we'll have another car here shortly, which should be another fun one, another little sports car. But right now, you know, we're going to keep this little Honda around just for a little bit. And I'll give you a review on it in a few months, maybe what it's like to drive a 1993 car in 2026. I mean, obviously you don't get all the features and all the creature comforts, but the nostalgic wise and driving it's so awesome to put the kids in there and just kind of cruise down the road and almost feel like you're a kid again. So, hey, like and subscribe. We can't fix everything, but we can fix these old cars. We'll see you soon. Love you guys.